The wait is finally over. A new season of Redondo Union football has arrived. Tonight, Redondo Sports proudly presents Friday Night Football as the Redondo Union Seahawks travel to Orange County to play the first game of the 2025 season against the Dorado Hawks. Julius Choi here alongside the one and only Edward Rentasso as we are going to be kicking off. Redondo Union won the coin toss, so they will be receiving first. So here comes El Dorado with the kickoff.
Let's play some football, partner.
And here comes the receiver for Redondo, running past the 20, gets tackled at the 25. And of course, you are looking live at a pretty filled up Bradford Stadium in the campus of Valencia High School. And I'd like to thank you, the viewers, for joining us in this humid Friday night, wherever you may be.
It was a hot day in Southern California. Now it's getting a little cooler here. Feel a little wind up here. Looks like it's going to be a great game tonight.
And of course, on the field currently is Redondo Union. And Edward, who's your player to watch for the Redondo Union Seahawks?
It's going to be the quarterback, number 11, Cole Leinert. 11 touchdowns, 3 interceptions last season, a 58% completion ratio. Looking to improve on that this season with 5 offensive starters returning this year.
And here comes Redondo Union. First snap of the game. Gets player in motion, and we have our first flag already in first play of the game.
Wow, 9 seconds in, we already have our first penalty marker.
Of course, we see the referees. 2 of the referees holding up. And it will be a false start committed against the Redondo Union offense.
Yeah, not a good start there for Redondo there, Julius. Right out the bat, -5 yards.
Yep. And of course, here comes Cole Leinert and the Seahawk offense. Doing it one more time. Player in motion again. Hands it off to running back. Run short, will be tackled down at the 25 once again.
That's Christian Zeno, the running back there on that first play. And very lucky that the Seahawks didn't get a turnover because that snap was very high, almost high enough for Leinert to miss.
And of course, second down, 2nd and 10 to be exact, here in this first quarter. Leinert once again hands it off to Zeno. And Zeno's cut short near the 30.
Yeah, on that first play, they got back to the original line of scrimmage. In his second play, it looks like it was Zeno again on the running play. They got an additional couple yards, so big 3rd and 5 interesting. As you see, Redondo likes to run that double tight end shotgun position, and it looks like they're going to go with 1 tight end and 4 wide receivers in the front field.
Looks like an air raid type of offense to me that the Redondo Union is running. Here comes the snap. Leinert with the throw, gets hit late, passes an open player, and he gets tackled near the El Dorado sideline.
Looks like Gerald Rayleigh, the wide receiver, and good job by the Seahawks offensive line, giving the quarterback Leinert there's plenty of time to throw it, but it looks like he took a hit, so it looks like they must have got away with a roughing the passer there. But in any event, they pick up the first down.
It's a first down, actually, so it's a 1st and 10. Substitution coming in for Redondo Union. Leinert in the shotgun. Tailback to the left of him. Leinert, quick pass to an open receiver, and he is tackled near the 47.
Adrian Ortiz, again, the quarterback. We have a penalty marker down. This one looks like it might come back. It was thrown in the backfield, and 9 times out of 10, they usually call on the offense. But so far, they're still at the first down marker.
Now let's see what the referee has to say.
Oh, that's not good.
And a penalty will be against Redondo Union once again. Already 2 yellow flags for Redondo Union.
Yeah, such a bad start on offense, Julius. You come out 2 penalties, and that negates what could have been a first down.
Of course, already early in this game, 9:55 left here in the first quarter. Redondo Union.
But again, quick pass there by Leinert. The object of that is just to throw it quick, get the receiver out there, give him running room, and they got the first down, but fortunately it was negated by a penalty.
And the whistles have been blown by the referees. They're holding up to see what's going on. Let's talk a little bit about Cole Leonard. Edward, as you can see, he is the son of Matt Leonard, USC legend, national champion back in 2004. And of course, a Heisman winner.
Former Heisman winner Julius, also back-to-back national champions. Also had a stint in the NFL with the Arizona Cardinals and the Houston Texans. Everyone will still remember him by his famous matchup with Vince Young in that Rose Bowl game, national title game, so many years ago.
And we all know what happened in the end.
Vince Young led the winning drive, and that really hurt the USC Trojans' chance of a three-peat. Back then, their coach was Pete Carroll, who's now the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yes. Can't wait to see what the Raiders have in mind this season.
And they go 15 yards back, and that's going to hurt the Seahawks. They have momentum, so now they're back to where they started.
4 receivers on the right. Let's see what Leonard has up in his sleeve. Snaps the ball. Quick throw. Back to Ortiz. And he is stopped short once again. El Dorado, their defense already pressuring Redondo.
Well, they showed out on Diamond Bar last week, 32-0, so they're coming out here with the fears. But so far, the Seahawks have been helping them with the penalties they committed. But last play there was a quick pass again, trying to get some of that yardage back.
El Dorado going with the 3-4 defensive setup. 4 players up in the backfield. 2nd and 25, 9 minutes and 11 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Leonard snaps, hands the ball to the running back. That's Christian Zeno. He runs and he is tackled near the 35, and we have another flag on the play.
Wow, we played, 4 minutes, 6 minutes, and that's the third penalty of the game? Tell you, if this is against Redondo, I think the coaches on the Seahawks are going to blow their gaskets.
Of course, the Redondo Seahawks led by Keith Allison, his 4th season in the helm. Of course, played in the NFL for a few years. Played mostly for the Buffalo Bills.
The famous Buffalo Bills.
When Rex Ryan was the head coach.
Oh, I remember Rex Ryan. He was one of my favorite coaches, actually. But he's been known to be a defensive genius, but other things he's known for.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Looks like they're going to have to learn and practice this week not to commit penalties.
2nd and 29. Redondo snaps the ball. Play action. Leonard running. Throws to Ortiz. Once again, stopped short. Near to 27.
And good job by Ortiz. Got some of that yards back, but good job staying open. So far, he's been the #1 target on his offense, but we played almost 6 minutes, and surprisingly, Redondo still has the ball, but it's still in the same spot.
3rd and 19. But of course, just to remind the viewers, this is the 3rd time Redondo and El Dorado has faced. The last time they have faced each other was the last season in their opening matchup. Of course, Redondo Union was victorious in that game, 32-8. 3rd and 19, 8 minutes left here in the first quarter. Leonard looking towards his right. Leonard being pressured. Leonard is tackled near the El Dorado sideline.
Another good job by Leonard there. It's 3rd down, long way to go. Your receivers are being blocked, and then also the Golden Hawks came on the 4-3 defense. Nowhere to go. Best bet is to just go out of bounds, live another day. Don't turn the ball over. Still plenty early, and we're going to get to see the Golden Hawks offense on the field.
And of course, in that previous play, El Dorado had almost 5 players in the backfield. Of course, Cole Leonard just couldn't find anyone opening that field. So here comes the punting team for Redondo. And here comes the punt. And here comes the El Dorado offense.
And at their own 35-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Golden Hawks.
El Dorado, their last game. Actually, they played their first game last week, and they beat Diamond Bar in a victorious victory, score of 30-0. And of course, the quarterback for that win for El Dorado was Hudson Shadow, who threw 165 yards, rushed for 119 yards, of course, threw 3 touchdowns that last game. Here comes the first play for El Dorado. Hudson Shadow, long throw to the left, to an open receiver, and he dropped the ball.
That was very perfect by the quarterback. One-on-one coverage. Receiver had a little bit of an advantage on size, but was not able to complete the pass, and it's going to be second down.
Of course, that was Braden Batiste, player 19 for El Dorado, who dropped the ball. And of course, that would have been a huge chance for El Dorado because it was a one-on-one situation. And of course, he was isolated towards the far left. So a big chance missed for El Dorado. Hudson Shadow in shotgun formation, hands the ball to the tailback. And he is stopped short by the Redondo defense.
And I tell you, Julius, keep an eye on Romero tonight. He's going to be one of the key factors in his Golden Hawk offense. Last week, had 12 rushes for 61 yards in that win last week against Diamond Bar. So expect him to get more carries here tonight.
And here comes Hudson Shadow, returning to his offense. And get this, Hudson Shadow's only a sophomore. And this is actually his first year in the varsity squad.
Not a bad start last week. Threw 3 touchdowns. Only 8 of 13 for 165. So let's see if he'll get the opportunity to throw more footballs here tonight.
Shadow in a shotgun, snaps the ball. Looks for a receiver down for the middle. And he catches it for a first down.
Cooper Burns on the tackle for the Seahawks.
And of course, the receiver that caught the ball was Justin Card.
Card did a good job there, getting past the defenders, staying open. It looked like a slant pass there, but it picked up more yards, and now they're in Seahawk territory.
Justin Card, last game against Diamond Bar, caught for 2 touchdowns. So he is also one of the key playmakers for this El Dorado offense.
He led the team with 4 catches.
Justin Card, one-on-one on the right side of the screen. El Dorado. Pass intended for Card once again. And Card beats face-to-face with the Redondo defensive back. And it'll be a second down.
Redondo went from a 3-4 to a 4-3 on that last play. Unfortunately, Card was able to read the defense well, and he's already got 2 catches. Had 4 catches last week. They keep going to him on his drive. He might pass those catches from last week.
Hudson Shadow currently in this drive, 2 for 3 in this pass attempts. Shadow once again in shotgun formation. Hands the ball to Romero. And Romero's caught by the defensive line of Redondo.
Good job by the Seahawk defense. Linebacker, cornerback on the position outside was able to read the play, got in there involved and made the tackle. And a big third down here for Redondo. See if they can get off the field after giving up 2 first downs on this drive.
4 minutes and 23 seconds left here in the first quarter. Score is still 0-0.
You notice that Shadow's not going on a shotgun position. It's got 2 backfields in the back.
3rd and 2nd. Let's see what El Dorado has in play here.
Oh, try to draw him off sides.
Shadow now.
Movement.
Oh, and it is a false start call, but against who?
It's against the Golden Hawks. The left guard move. It looks like they were trying to draw Redondo off sides, but unfortunately the left guard did not get the memo. He was not supposed to move. So instead of getting those 5 free yards, he has to pay 5 yards back.
And of course, not only did the offensive line move, but we saw both tailbacks move, trying to run towards the right side of the field.
Well, here's the thing. It's 3rd and 7. It was 3rd and 2. You can still run the ball. It looks like they're still going to go with the same formation. But let's see if they'll still go with the same play they had or maybe come up with a trick.
It's 3rd and 7 once again. Shadow hands the ball to Romero, who runs through the middle. Is stopped past the 40.
Oh, they're going to call it short there. Looks like the Golden Hawks are going to stay on the field here.
It's 4th and 1. Looks like they're going to go for it, Edward.
If you're Redondo, the one thing you don't want to do is do not jump off sides. Do not jump off sides. Watch the quarterback's eye and keep your eye on the football. You do not want to give a free play here. And again, they're going with the same formation as they did last time.
With an extra lineman. So here we go. The whistle has been blown.
It's like timeout called by Redondo.
3 minutes and 5 seconds left here in the first quarter. Seahawks 0. The Golden Hawks 0. And of course, just want to talk about Redondo. When they first came to the field, Cole Leonard seemed to be a little struggling in the first play.
Well, it's not that he was struggling on the first play, Julius. It looks like he was in sync, but the problem was on that last drive, the Seahawks were just pretty much killing themselves with penalties. We saw holding penalties, false start, personal foul penalties. That's about almost 40 yards of penalty on that first drive. They could have actually got in and scored because they had the momentum. So if they do get the ball back here, you wonder if they're going to stay with that same rhythm or probably maybe run the ball a little bit to tire out that defense, because Redondo's defense has been out there quite a while compared to the Golden Hawks. So very strategy here. It looks like they're still going to go for it here again on 4th down.
And of course, Redondo's defense always calm under pressure. But for El Dorado, seemed to be almost breaking the ice for Redondo. Shadow once again under center. 4th and 1. Snaps the ball.
Sneak.
And El Dorado with the QB sneak. Cameron Shadow adding some rushing yards.
Well, you always when it's like that, you always want to give it to Romero. But this time they decided to give it to Shadow. And he quarterback sneaking. Good job by the offense pushing that defense back. And now it's a first set of downs. Now they can do whatever they want.
Of course, we see down the field, we see Cameron Shadow talking to his offensive coordinator. Of course, El Dorado led by a longtime veteran coach, Coach Lamonda. And fun fact, his son, Coach Lamonda's son, is also a coach for El Dorado, but get this, as a mental health consultant. Of course,
looks like family bragging rights are up for tonight.
Yes, sir, it does. And Cameron Shadow gets sacked by the Redondo defense.
Like that was Brock Herrera, number 9, the linebacker. But good job by the Seahawks forcing the pressure. They haven't been able to get to Shadow yet, but now they finally got to him. A huge loss and a big momentum shift there for the defense.
And it seems to be that with that sack, Redondo Union slowly gains some momentum here.
Well, the key point right now is to give pressure on Shadow. He had a good game last week. Didn't throw the ball much, but this defense has to be more tougher. As you mentioned, his first year on Varsity could be a big pressure play under the lights.
Shadow under center once again. Romero behind him. Hands the ball to Christian Romero. And, of course, meets the roadblock of Redondo.
I wasn't sure if that was going to be like a play-action, fake handoff and try to throw the ball deep, but they just Redondo saw that, and they pretty much closed the door on the offense and say, no, you're not going through this time.
And speaking of the defense, like you mentioned, Brock Herrera, one of the team captains for the Redondo Union side. And Redondo, their roster, there's a lot of first-year players starting.
They have a lot of first-year players, but they also have some return defensive starters, which is really going to help develop these young players at that level. And here's a big 3rd down test for the Seahawks. Can they get off the field?
38 seconds left here in the first quarter. Shadow in the shotgun. Quick pass to Justin Carg once again, and he is wide open. Past the 20, past the 15,
fumble.
near the 10.
Fumble.
The ball is loose.
Oh, Carg has got to be livid letting that ball go. He was thinking 6, but there is a penalty marker down, and it looks like it's going to be on the Golden Hawks. So they'll decline it. It'll be Redondo ball. Personal foul face mask, but back to Carr. He's got to be livid. He let that go. It could have gone 6 points. Well, that's what he was thinking, 6 points.
And Justin Carr was positioned in the right side, sort of ran towards straight, cut towards the middle, was wide open in that midfield.
And 2 Seahawks collided, and he was able to get away. But again, good job by the defense to not give up. And again, Carr was thinking touchdown, didn't see the defender behind him, and that ball came out. A huge mood swing here for Redondo this early.
And we see Justin Carr, number 15, hands on his hips. And if I was in his shoes, I would not be very happy.
Oh, that's gonna be on his mind for a while. Anytime you made a big play and you lose it on a turnover, that tends to affect you for a while, but you have to get up and get over it and move on. And that's something he's gonna have to test himself right now this early.
And Justin Carr playing seems to be a dual position, wide receiver and a defensive back.
And that's a good thing for him because now he has an opportunity to make up for that fumble.
A potential interception.
Interception, or they can return the favor with a fumble. Any way it goes, but the bottom line, the Seahawks have the ball even though they're in deep territory. If you're Redondo, you may want to be careful of what you call. Do not want to give up a big play or a safety.
And here comes the Redondo Union offense. Leading the charge is Cole Leonard. 1st and 10 at the 4-yard line. Redondo trying to get out from the end zone.
It's like a last-minute player jumped in.
And a flag has been thrown.
That might cost the Seahawks. Yeah, somebody run in late from the Redondo sideline.
And that'll be their 4th yellow flag.
I'm counting 5. That one is a tough one, especially when that's a tough call, especially when it's near your end zone.
Here comes the snap from Redondo. Hands it off to the running back. It stops short.
A very fast-paced first quarter is about to end, and it's a 0-0.
Mm-hmm. That was Christian Zeno with the carry. And, of course, the first quarter is now over as both teams return to the bench. And story at the first quarter, Edward. Redondo Union having troubles with the yellow flags.
They did indeed, Julius. They have trouble with the yellow flags, but for the Golden Hawks, one of their biggest mistakes was the last possession where they were close to the goal line and they turned it over. And they had 3 turnovers last week in a win over Diamond Bar. They had 2 interceptions and a fumble.
And as we can see, Justin Korg, first player to the left. And, oh boy, just that play, wide open, running towards what had been the lights over at the end zone. But, boy, oh boy.
But if you look at the story of this ball game so far, that could be a deciding factor later on in this contest. That could be a key play. Even though we're about to go in the second quarter, that could be the story right there. The turnover, the opportunity blown. And Coach Edison, I'm sure, is probably telling his players, look, guys, I know they had a game last week, and this is our first game. The first quarter's out of the way. Let's just go out there and play some Seahawk football.
As both teams go towards the other side of the field, Redondo Union stuck in end zone purgatory.
And again, same scenario. You do not want to turn the ball over or make a costly play. And again, another late substitution for Redondo.
Trying to catch El Dorado off guard. Here's the player in motion, hands the ball off to the running back. Stops short. Christian Zeno once again with the rush and another carry.
Zeno and Ortiz were involved in the offense in the first quarter, and it looks like it's continuing here. And there's going to be a big play here. You wonder if they'll play conservative and just run it or try to take a chance and get the first down.
And not Bo Osmus, that is Herrera being taken out of the game. And we see, once again, another last-minute substitution for Redondo.
And Julius, keep your eye on Craig, number 15. Might make a big play to make up for that fumble.
Leonard being pressured, and he is sacked in the end zone.
And that was the one thing, if you're Redondo, you wanted to avoid. In a situation where you don't see nothing, you just got to throw that ball away and live to fight another day. Unfortunately, Leonard held it on too long, and it cost him 2 points.
El Dorado already with a 2-0 lead against the Seahawks. Of course, that previous play, as soon as Leonard snapped the ball, already there was one player, two players coming from the sides. Leonard trying to find an open receiver from the field, but couldn't find anyone. And the only thing he had available was to take the sack.
Well, when you're the defense on third down at the goal line, your common sense play, pressure the quarterback, blitz, bring the pressure in. That's what El Dorado did, and it got them 2 points on the board.
As both teams enter the field for the kickoff. Redondo on the field, getting ready for the kickoff. And kicking for Redondo will be Parker Blevins. Last season, 14 for 16. Points attempt, 31 kickoffs. Kicked for over 1,600 yards, Parker Blevins. Here comes Blevins with the kick. Towards the right side of the field. Caught by El Dorado. That's Justin Karg once again. As he is stopped near the 52.
Well, Karg making a little bit of redemption after that fumble. Got his team good field position, and for the second time, they'll have the ball in Redondo Seahawk territory. A big pressure for the defense. You don't want to give up a touchdown because that'll be a 9-point swing in less than a few minutes. So big pressure on that defense this drive.
And Redondo Union trying to quickly stop the El Dorado offense early here. That's Hudson Shadow once again in the shotgun formation. With Christian Romero to his right. Ball snapped. Quick pass, an open receiver towards the right side of the field as he is stopped at the 43.
Yeah, it's like Redondo's going to have to make some improvements when it comes to the backfield because they're giving up extra yardage or pretty much free yardage to the receivers. There's no one in distance after the catch is made, so they're going to have to make adjustments, have to maybe aggressively attack at the beginning of the play.
And Redondo Union, their defensive strategy is to have linebackers sort of closely behind the defensive linemen. It looks like it's zone coverage with Justin Karg solo on the bottom of your screen. Hudson Shadow. Player in motion. Snaps the ball. Shadow looks to his left. Throws to his left to Justin Karg once again. And he is stopped short as his knee touched the ground as soon as he received the ball.
Yeah, it was like his knee went down after he made the catch, but good job by Shadow to roll to his left. He saw pressure coming, rolled to his left, and saw his receiver. Fortunately, was ruled down after he made the catch. So it looks like no gain on that play, short gain. Yeah, they're going to give him a yard.
9 minutes and 46 seconds left here in the second quarter. El Dorado up 2-0.
2-0. It's like a baseball game.
Resulting from the sack from the previous play.
Or a two-run home run.
Shadow snaps the ball, hands out to Romero. Romero still running. He's now running past the 30. They stopped at the 34. First, Christian Romero thought about running towards the middle, but as soon as he saw that blocked off, quickly shifted to his left, saw an opening, of course, with a huge gain for El Dorado.
You got to credit the offensive line for opening up the holes for him. They've done a good job so far in this first half, and that's going to be another first down. So Redondo's defense looking a little tired out there.
El Dorado putting immense pressure to both Redondo's defense and offense tonight. El Dorado once again. Shadow in the shotgun.
Looks like they're going on a double tight end set with a receiver in motion.
That's Micah Sampson, play number 10 that was in motion. And Micah Sampson, did he catch the ball? Yes, he did.
Wow, and I thought that looked like it was going to get intercepted by the way it was thrown. It looks like Shadow may have been hit, but from up here, it looks like that ball was in slow motion, and I thought it was going to get picked off.
Micah Sampson, his first reception. Sorry, his second reception of the game.
Looks like we have an injured player on the field on Redondo's side.
As the medical team comes up to check on him.
Looks like that's Blake Wonderly, number 18. The wide receiver is playing defense.
And we saw that Hudson Shadow, as soon as the ball was snapped, looked towards the right side of the field. And already there were two receivers with the double coverage. And saw Michael Sampson with a little distance from the defensive back due to Sampson. And Sampson somehow caught that ball. It's like a Mario jump. Jumped, caught the ball. And another first down for El Dorado. The fans here of El Dorado cheering on.
It's like it's a good crowd here tonight, but we also want to give a shout out to our loyal Redondo Seahawk fans that made the trip out here as well.
Shadow throws to his right. And it is the incomplete pass. Pass intended for Braden Batiste, who turned around maybe a couple seconds too late.
You may want to be careful when it comes to turning, because if you don't turn, chances are they will call interference. So one important thing, if you're a defensive back, you always got to turn back and look like you're going for the ball. Otherwise, they'll call a penalty on you. Very fortunate that wasn't the case.
Of course, this is the first chance for El Dorado to score a touchdown here. It'll be a trip to the left. Shadow once again in the shotgun. Play action. Hands off to Sampson again. Sampson meeting with double coverage. And he is stopped maybe 2 yards away from the end zone.
Yeah, short gain helps for the next play. It looks like the Golden Hawks might go with Romero here, or they might trick them on a quarterback sneak as they did last time. But a very opportunity here for points.
Both Sampson and Romero, the contributing playmakers for the El Dorado offense tonight. Shadow once again under center. Justin Cargan motion. Running towards the left. Hands it off to the tailback. And that is Christian Romero for the touchdown.
Good job, good play there by El Dorado. Romero following his blockers to the left side where he runs the ball well, and he's got 6 points for the Hawks.
And the Hawks strike again for the second time here in this game. And here comes the kicking team. Nate Tierney, the kicker. Here comes the point attempt, and he makes it in. El Dorado now up 9-0.
Well, you mentioned a 9-point turnaround on the negative part of the Redondo Seahawks. First, you look at the fumble by Craig, who we thought it was going to hurt them, but then they come back and they get a safety, and then El Dorado comes with a gun punch drive down the field with Romero finishing it off, and now it's a 9-point swing in 8 minutes. So pressure now is for Redondo to at least get some points to get back in this game.
And here comes the Redondo Union kickoff team. 7 minutes and 27 seconds left here in the second quarter. And for those who joined, El Dorado scored their first touchdown of the game, scored by the running back Christian Romero. And Redondo Union trying to figure out how to get away from this El Dorado defense. And the receiver for Redondo gets stopped near the 28 as a yellow flag has been thrown in the field.
Looks like that's Jarrell Riley, number 6, on the return. And a penalty marker is on the field, so we'll see if this will stay or this will come back.
We see the referees on the field discussing the call. And the penalty will be called against El Dorado.
Golden opportunity now for Redondo to take advantage. Now they get better field position, and they see they made any adjustments as far as offense to get back in this game. Still 9 points, still plenty of time, but you want to get some points now and give your defense a rest because they've been out there for quite a while, been out there for a long time.
And here comes the Redondo Union offense coming into the field. 1st and 10. At the 30-yard line. 4 receivers up. Leonard snaps the ball, looks to his left, throws to his left. It's caught by an open receiver.
Looks like that's Zeno on the catch. Looks like they're calling it incomplete. One official is saying incomplete. Let's see if they'll give it to him or not. Looks like that ball hit the ground.
So it is an incomplete pass. So it'll be 2nd down for Redondo. Seven minutes and 5 seconds left here in the second quarter. Leonard snaps the ball, looks towards the middle, a short pass to Ortiz. See it stopped short.
Looks like they tried to set up a screenplay, but it was so fast they had to throw it because the pressure was coming. But now they did get a couple yardage gains, so it should be a easier managed 3rd down coming up.
And one of the star players for that El Dorado defense, player number 41, Alonzo Angelino. Here, Leonard being chased down by a defender. Leonard still running. Leonard, did he make it to the 1st down as he gets tackled near his own team's sideline?
Leonard ran for his life, and there's a late marker down. Looks like going to be a little extra activities after the play, but good job by Leonard to realize where the 1st down marker was, went for it, put his weight on the line, and looks like they were able to get it, but it looked like there was some little extra stuff going on after. So we'll see if this will, it's like unsportsmanlike conduct called against El Dorado, so that's going to give them a little bit more yardage.
And great situational awareness for Matt Leonard, because as soon as he snapped the ball, there was already 2 defenders coming in from the left, and as he was running towards his right, another defender came in, and luckily Leonard, with that speed, with that hustle, and that determination, got the 1st down.
Well, I'll tell you this, Julius, they got an unsportsmanlike conduct play. Sometimes you need to, it's an emotional sport, but sometimes you got to keep it cool in your emotions and not make mistakes like that, because penalties like that can really kill a team.
Here comes Redondo Union with the snap, hands it off to Zeno. Oh no, it's a fake. Not only did El Dorado got faked, but we got faked too.
Yeah, I saw Zeno running and he stopped, and I thought from up here it looked like the play was going to be stopped, but then we see a little activity near the Seahawks sideline, so you know, coming into that trick playbook.
Just like Cole Leonard, we have to improve our situational awareness.
Well, he threw 58 percentage. His completion ratio was 58% last season. He's looking to improve more on that this year, but way to fake us up here and up here.
Leonard telling instructions to Ortiz. to his right. Leonard snaps the ball, looks. Deep throw to Christian Zeno, and it's too short.
A lot of contact between Craig and Zeno there. Surprised there's no penalty marker, but looks like they're going to let them play. But a good matchup there between the two 15s.
Cole Leonard, as soon as he threw the ball, was pushed down hard by one of the defenders for El Dorado. Player number 99, Tarek El-Harit. So it'll be 3rd and 5. 5 minutes and 18 seconds left here in the third quarter. Let's see what Leonard has in store for us. Ball snapped. Leonard. Blitz coming in. Short throw. Caught. But it will be a loss of yardage for Redondo.
Yeah, that play turned out to be a disaster by the offense. Looks like they were trying to set up a screen. But again, El Dorado coming with the pressure. Leonard had to get rid of it. Unfortunately, his receiver caught it, but went back a couple yards. So, again, another drive stalled, and looks like they're going to stay on the field. They're going to go for it.
So 4th.
Yeah, Liner's still on the field.
So that was a loss of 9 yards.
And no, they're going to punt, which is the right call.
4th and 13. So it looks like the punting team will come in for Redondo.
And keep in mind, Redondo has 2 timeouts left. They did use a timeout earlier in the first quarter, so time factor could be an issue for them as they try to get the ball back before the half is over.
And here comes the punt. Low squib towards the middle. Past around the 6-yard line. And here comes the El Dorado offense. Just want to talk about Redondo's previous play in which Leonard had to throw away that ball. 2 linebackers all of a sudden came out of nowhere, ran past those O-line quickly.
Yeah, pressure on the linebacker field. They came on the blitz. Again, it looked like it was going to be a screen pass, but they got there too fast. Leonard just had to throw it away. They didn't want to take a sack.
Because El Dorado going all out in this game.
But Redondo does have an opportunity. The Seahawks do have an opportunity to try to get a stop, get the ball back, and get some points before the half. Again, they have 2 timeouts, but they're going to have to get a stop and see, maybe put more pressure since they're near the goal line.
Shadow in the shotgun once again. Snaps the ball, looks to his right. Pressure coming in by Redondo, and it is intercepted by Redondo. Is it been called a touchdown? Yes!
Yeah,
pick 6 for Redondo.
Yeah, it looks like that was a Lincoln Esparza, number 3. And we have a penalty marker down. Hold on. This might go against Redondo. Shadow did take a hit, and he fell. So if this stands as a personal foul, this might be a first down. So unsportsmanlike conduct on the Seahawks, so the touchdown will count. But what a play. A play they needed desperately after struggling for a while in this first half. They got to play on defense. And again, they got points.
Of course, in that play, Hudson Shadow, of course, his O-line blocking him, but it seemed to be that he might have taken a little bit too much time.
I thought they kind of listened to us up here because I did mention earlier that they needed to put some pressure on it. It looks like they did because Shadow fell right when he threw it. It's a lot of pressure. It looked like it was close to being a roughing the passer, but luckily it wasn't. But again, the penalty was on the Seahawks, but it was after the play, so the touchdown will count.
And, of course, Lincoln Esperanza with the pick 6, and he was right there, right in the middle, and somehow got the ball, ran towards the end zone, wide open for the touchdown.
He read Shadow's eye, and he knew where he was going, and he was at the right time to make the interception.
Right place at the right time by Lincoln Esperanza.
Yeah, credit the defense because they committed a play that they really needed.
That'll be Lincoln's first pick 6 of the season. As the kicking team comes to the field, Parker Blavins. Sorry, that's not Parker Blavins. That's the punter coming in for the kick. And
Blocked.
it's blocked by El Dorado.
Well, there's some good news. The good news is they got 6 points. The bad news, they missed a point after.
But at least Redondo Union is on the board as they are trailing El Dorado 6-9.
And keep in mind, they still have 2 timeouts. They did get the ball first, so El Dorado will get the ball to start second half. So, again, another opportunity to at least get the ball before the half, get a stop, maybe kick a field goal or try to get a touchdown before recess. Maybe they can come in with the lead or at least tie the game up.
And, of course, Lincoln Esperanza, with that pick 6, that defense will be fired up.
They'll have the momentum to swing. And for El Dorado, one thing is they're going to have to hold on to that ball, maybe play a little conservative, try to use up the time, try to get Redondo to use their timeouts, because you do not want to give up another turnover after they just gave up 6.
As both special teams come onto the field, now it's Parker Blevins for the kickoff. Three minutes, 57 seconds left here in the first half. Blevins with the kick towards the middle. Christian Romero with the ball. He's way back past the 20, 25. And it stopped near the 28.
Yeah, it looks like Romero saw a hole, tried to go for it, but that hole closed up right away by that Seahawks special teams.
For El Dorado, seem to be for the special teams, especially for the kick receiver, especially Justin Card and Christian Romero. Also the 2 main playmakers for the El Dorado offense, as both of them return to the field for this drive.
Yeah, I'm also watching the El Dorado sideline. The Golden Hawks looks like they're going over what happened and trying to see if they could come up with a counterattack.
Shadow in the pistol formation. Romero right behind him. Sampson in motion. Hands out to Romero. Romero quickly runs past the 30, and he is stopped near the 33.
And see if Redondo will use one of their timeouts, which they're not. The clock is still ticking. So they might save their timeouts if they make a stop on his next play.
And we see Romero returning to the bench, and replacing Romero is Brendo Byer, making his first appearance here in this game.
Yeah, it's been pretty much Romero carrying that ball throughout the whole game, except with Shadow maybe twice, but they want to give him a rest or probably rest him up for the second half.
2nd and 6 for the Golden Hawks. Shotgun formation. Hudson is in. Hudson with the ball, looks to his right, goes to his right to Justin Clark for an easy first down.
Again, just a 4-step drop by Shadow. Sees Justin Craig open on a slant to the left side. Clark gets the first down for the Golden Hawks. And just like that, a first set of downs.
Christian Romero still in the bench in this game. Byers still in. Of course, Justin Clark in bottom of the screen next to Sampson. Here's Shadow now, once again in the shotgun. Almost like a pro-style offense El Dorado has, and a miscommunication between Hudson Shadow and player number 19, Braden Batiste. That's the second time in this game.
And a Seahawk player lost their helmet. Looked like they got that back up. And for those of you that joined us late, the quick recap, the Golden Hawks got a safety that put the game up 2-0. Then Romero scores on a 3-yard pass to make it 9-0. And then just moments ago, Lincoln Esperanza returns an interception with a missed extra point block that brings us to 9-6 as we get near the half.
And now it's Lincoln Esperanza that did the pick 6 for Redondo. Here's Shadow now. Byer almost in motion. Hands it off to Christian Romero, who returned to the game. Huge rush lead there by Christian Romero.
Romero having a fun time running that ball. Redondo struggling to get him down. They're going to have to wrap him really hard to tackle him down because he's running over that defense.
That's a huge gain for El Dorado. Christian Romero leading this game in yardage. Both in total yardage, not just in rushing yards, total yardage.
Looks like
nearly 50.
It looks like we have a timeout called.
Seemed to be by Redondo.
So if it was Redondo, then that means they have one left, and it looks like they did call timeout, so they'll have one left. And they're sprinting to the line, but
And a whistle has been blown.
not sure that was fair for them. Actually, the timeout signal is being called now, so a little bit of a misconfusion from the referees. But did you see how they try to get that play out really fast?
Yep. And that's how it goes sometimes in the NFL too.
Yeah, you see the Seahawks saying, hey, wait a minute, what about us? We're coming here, hold on.
Of course, El Dorado almost got away with it.
They did. I think timeout called, but if you're Redondo right now, your best bet is to try to get a stop or maybe force a field goal. If you're El Dorado, keep doing what you're doing, keep continuing to run the ball. But the Seahawks are going to have to improve more on defense.
Minute 55 left here in the first half. El Dorado up 9-6. First and 10 at the 35. Both teams returning to the field. Redondo trying to get a huge stoppage here, trying to prevent El Dorado from scoring a potential field goal for the end of the first half. Shadow in shotgun formation, snaps the ball, looks to his left, throws to his left, to the open receiver, Justin Clark once again. Touchdown, El Dorado.
A great job by Justin Clark, Julius. Shadow knew who he was going to. The minute he hiked it, he did a pump fake, tried to throw the defense off, which they did. After that pump fake, he threw it downfield. He saw 15 open, Justin Clark, and he took it to the house. Now we can say that he made up for that fumble earlier.
And prior to the snap, we saw Hudson Shadow looking to his left, probably signaling Justin Clark, hey, get ready because I'm going to throw it to you. Since the ball was snapped, Hudson never left his eye on that left side of the field. Once he threw the ball, Clark was wide open, and wide open was that end zone for the touchdown.
And so far, the one-on-one matchup with Clark is not working. Redondo's going to have to make some adjustments on defense, maybe double team or try to keep him from going far. But so far, that's a few times tonight that we've seen 15 be open.
And, of course, El Dorado made that extra point. So the Golden Hawks, not the Seahawks, the Golden Hawks are up 16-6.
And that was a quick point turnaround by the Golden Hawks after that interception. Again, El Dorado going on a long, not a long consistent drive, but getting first downs and tiring out that defense. Now Redondo is going to have to try to come up with a 2-minute offense to try to get points, because you don't want to go down in a half, down 10. At least they're going to have to make an effort to try to get some points here.
Minute 47 left here in the first half. Both special teams on the field. Here comes Nate Tierney with the kickoff. Caught by the receiver. And he is wide open past the 30, nearing the 40. And it looks like that was Rayleigh with the run.
Rayleigh again. He took a hit, and he's still down. Well, he took a hit to the head from what it looks like. And he's being looked at by the training staff, and don't want to lose him. He's one of your great returners on special teams. Let's hope he's all right.
And, of course, Gerald Rayleigh, one of the returning players for Redondo Union. Of course, caught the ball, ran towards the 30, past the 35, got hit pretty hard around the 40.
Meanwhile, Rayleigh is still being looked at by the trainer staff, and hopefully he can get up. He looks like he took a hit. It looks like it was almost a helmet to helmet. We heard the helmet pop. Usually when you hear that pop, they throw penalties. It's a helmet to helmet. And he's up now, so that's a good sign, and he's walking on his own power.
And it's great to see a player walk up after a huge hit.
Yeah, indeed, Julius, that's a good sign. Him walking. I mean, I've seen hits like that in my times, and it's pretty brutal. I'll just leave it at that.
And of course, for high school with better technology, of course, better padding, better helmets.
Yeah.
For the high school.
Yeah, back then, when I played, the helmets weren't like they are now. It was different back then.
Mm-hmm. Here comes Cole Leonard for the first play of the drive. Goes it across to the running back. And he just keep pushing it on. And it stopped near the 47.
Yeah, and they're going to have to hurry, Julius. They have to get on the ball and try to hike this down as we get near a minute. It's like they're going on a no huddle.
That was Stavros Tracy with the reception.
Yeah, so they're going to stay with the shotgun position with Leinert as a man in motion.
Stavros in motion. Quick pass. Almost deflected and intercepted by El Dorado, but a flag has been thrown.
Yeah, penalty marker there. Yeah, it could have been caught or intercepted. Very fortunate that it wasn't picked off.
And Cole Leonard, with exactly 60 seconds left here for the end of the first half.
And that's going to go against El Dorado, the penalty, so that's going to give Redondo a first down.
Rocky Martinez comes into the game. Standing to the left of Cole Leonard.
And the penalty was illegal contact against El Dorado, so that's going to give him a fresh set of downs and a 5-yard penalty. But the good news right now, the clock has stopped, so they have an opportunity to regroup here. It looks like they're going to go to work right now.
It's an air raid by Redondo. Let's see what Leonard has it up in his sleeve. Pressure coming in. Leonard runs. He'll continue running as he runs towards the sideline, and a flag has been thrown. Another one, Edward.
I tell you, if you're El Dorado, you shouldn't be making these penalties. You're giving free yardage to the Seahawks, and we'll see what the penalty is. But it looks like it came after the play, and they've already been. And looks like it's again against El Dorado, personal foul.
50.3 seconds left here in the second quarter. Redondo Union trying to score some more points before the end of the first half.
Yeah, if you're the Golden Hawks, you can't be giving up free yards like that. You're basically letting them back in. So there has to be some sort of talk at halftime saying, guys, you can't do that. I know it's our home opener. I know we're playing under the lights, but we still have to play smart. Personal foul on El Dorado gives the Seahawks a fresh set of downs and more increase.
Here's Leonard now. Pressure once again coming in. Loses
the ball.
Leonard lost the ball, but he recovered it just in time.
Oh, and that's very costly there by the Seahawks. That's about a 20-yard loss, and a timeout's called.
And, of course, in this drive, that was the second time Cole Leonard had to run. Of course, once again, that two linebackers rushing in from both sides. Leonard almost might have made contact with one of the referees.
Leonard almost actually gave the ball up. He had about 3 guys in the golden helmets right near him, but again, the pressure by El Dorado forced Leonard to run for his life, but at the same time, he was struggling with that football, so you wonder if he didn't see that pressure coming, or he was getting ready to throw it, or decided to hold back at the last minute.
Let's keep it going for our Golden Hawks out there.
39.4 seconds left here in the first half. El Dorado up 16-6. For those who have just joined, Cole Leonard, as soon as he snapped the ball, immediately lost it, fumbled it, but he recovered the ball quickly, however, led to a huge loss of yardage.
Yeah, that's really going to kill the momentum. And after back-to-back penalties by El Dorado, they were near the 30 to the 20. Just moments ago, we saw Liner run for his life. Almost gave up the ball. Luckily, he recovered it. But now you're in a position where you had to burn a timeout, and you went 20 yards back. And now the clock's not your friend. You have 43 seconds. Your best bet, maybe a quick pass, try to get out of bounds right away. Or if you're going to use the middle, either call your timeout or get up there and spike it or run your play. Not many options, but your best bet right now is try to save as much clock as you can to preserve that last timeout.
Just a heads up, during halftime, they're going to run. Of course, we see the two line judges having a little conversation. It's now 1st and 27, 17-yard loss for Redondo. Cole Liner once again in the shotgun.
They're going to have 4 wide receivers, so this will be a pass play. The question is how far he can pass it. Again, not much options with the clock running down.
Rocky Martinez, who usually plays running back, will be playing wide receiver. Here's Liner once again being chased. Quick pass to Riley. But will it be an incomplete pass or a completion?
It looks like the pass was incomplete. Receiver did not have possession on the ball. But main factor here is they lost about 7 seconds on that last play. So now you're in a position where you either get it close to a field goal or try to get a first down or maybe one shot in the end zone, go for a touchdown.
36.6 seconds left here in the first half. It's now 3rd and 27. Liner snaps the ball. Liner runs to his left once again. Liner, quick pass to an open receiver as he goes out of bounds.
And again, the pressure on Liner forced him to run to the left, had to throw it. This time Zito was able to make the catch. So big question here is whether they'll go for it or go for a field goal.
27.9 seconds left here in the first half. It's now 4th and 19. Cole Leinert still in the field with his offense.
And this could be a big play here as we near the half. If they miss it, it gives El Dorado maybe 1 or 2 plays to go downfield.
Liner once again in shotgun formation. Last chance to score points. And a flag has been thrown, and it looks like it will be on Redondo.
Yeah, if it's on Redondo, you're gonna see some steambolting in Seahawks sideline, and it is.
Loss of yardage for Redondo.
I tell you, we see more of that color yellow more in the first half.
And Redondo, already in his first half, had many yellow flags thrown against them. Here comes the snap by Leinert. Leinert runs to his right. Leinert looking downfield to the middle. Almost intercepted. Close call. And it will be a turnover on downs. 20.6 seconds left here in the first half.
Yeah, and that was a big play there by the Seahawks. Again, it was either field goal or punt it or go for it. Again, Leinert, it's 4th down. You have to do something, and he went for it. Unfortunately, it was almost intercepted, and you wonder if there was a miscommunication by the receivers. But here's the scenario, Julius. It's the ball's at the 36. There's about 20 seconds left. The Golden Hawks, they can maybe go down the field and maybe 1 or 2 plays and then get some points. So this could be a huge opportunity for them.
And about the previous play, that was Cooper Larson who almost got the interception.
And it looks like they're just going to play it safe and kneel it down. They're satisfied with that 10-point lead. They don't want to create a risk to give momentum. So they decided let's go in the half for a 10-point lead, regroup, and come back out in the second half.
As the clock winds down, start of halftime. Once again, El Dorado scored first with a safety and answered it with 2 touchdowns. Meanwhile, for Redondo, their 6 points came from a pick 6 by Lincoln Esparza. And El Dorado up 16-6. And before we go off a break for halftime, we're going to show you a little replay of the first half here in this game. We'll be right back after this.
I love her so bad, but she treats me like a unlocked down like a penitentiary. She spreads her loving all over, and when she gets home, there's none left for me. Summertime, the living's easy. Riley's on the microphone with Ross MG. All people in the dance will agree that we're well qualified to represent the LBC. Me and Louis, we gon' run to the party, dance till the rhythm, it gets harder. Oh, take this veil from off my eyes. My burning sun will someday rise. And what am I gonna be doing for a while? Said I'm gonna play with myself. Show them now we've come off the shelf. So what? Summertime, the living's easy. Riley's on the microphone with Ross MG. All people in the dance will agree that we're well qualified to represent the LBC. Me and Louis run to the party and dance to the rhythm. It gets harder. Evil, I've come to tell you that she's evil. Most definitely evil. Ornery, scandalous, and evil. Most definitely the tension. It's getting harder. I'd like to hold her head underwater. Oh, me and my girl, we got a relationship. Me and my girl, we got a relationship. My girl, we got a relationship. Oh, and my girl. Take a tip from me. Riley's on the microphone with Ross MG. All people in the dance will agree that we're well qualified to represent the LBC. Me, la la Louis, while everybody right into the rhythm, it gets harder. Summertime, the living's easy.
It's not enough. Few solid left, but it's not enough. Few that'll reach that, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough. I get on it. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I made him mad. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I take the G pad. Watching do it. We survived outside, all from the music. What? They like, what he on? This the Alpha and Omega. Welcome home. This is not a song. This is a revelation. How to get a gone. Teach you a man, baby. I don't understand, baby. Pay your bill and make you feel protected like I can, baby. Teach you something if you need correction. That's the plan, baby. Don't put your life in these weird hands, baby. It's not enough. Few solid left, but it's not enough. Few that'll reach that, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough. I get on it.
We are briefly back for a short break here at Bradford Stadium for an introduction of our Redondo Union players.
You know I'm tripping for my dog. Who you with? Couple sergeants and lieutenants for the get back. This revolution been televised. I fell through with the knickknacks. Hey, young, get your chili up. Yeah, I meant that. Hey, blacked out. If they act out, yeah, I did that. Hey, what's up, though? I hate them. Can they both? I hate them. Hating on them. And they both broke. If you ain't coming for no chili, what you come for? Feel like he entitled cause he knew me since a kid. I cut my granny off and she don't see it how I see it. Got a big mouth but he lack big ideas. Send him to the moon, that is how I feel, yelling. It's not enough. Few solid left but it's not enough. Few that'll reach that but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself but it's not enough. Hey. Hey. Monster! Second bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off. 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 Ain't no other king in this rap thing, they siblings. Nothing but my children. One shot, they disappearing. I'm in a city where the flag be getting thrown like it was pass interference. Padlock around the building. Crash pulling up an unmarked truck just to play freeze tag. With a bone to pick like it was sea bass. So when I made it out, I made about 50K from a show. Trying to show the ropes before they hung from a rope. I'm prophetic. They only talk about it, how I get it. Only good for saving face, seen the cosmetics. How many heads I gotta take to level my aesthetics? Hurry up and get your muscle up. We up the plyometric. Ran up out the lux.
The Dorado Band would like to thank the Dorado High School administration, staff, and teachers for their continued support throughout the years. And a special thank you to A&P and the hospital for cheering Redwood Trophy. The Dorado Flag Guard Head Event Team and Ron Johnson, and the directors of this team are Taylor Smith and Derek Stevenson.
My babies. Woke up looking for the broccoli. High key, keep a horn on me, that could my seat. IP, ownership, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off at my feet. A yeet couldn't try me in a tri-state. Buddy pass, but I get him splashed till he hydrated. Bounce out, know he spook town, eyes dilated. I got the money and the power, both gyrating. I feel good, get the out my face. Look good, but she don't got no ties. I walk in, walk out with the size. Man, don't let me know what the pay. What the I got hits, I got bucks, I got new paper cuts, I got friends, I got foes, but they all sitting ducks. Hit his turf and get cracking, double back like a deluxe. 50 deep, but it ain't deep enough. Complete, there you go, beat him up. Falling from a money tree, and it grew throughout the month. Spit a loogie at the camera, speed it off, yes, us. I feel good, get the out my face. Look good, but she don't got no ties. I walk in, walk out with the size. Man, don't let me know what the pay. Squabble up, 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 squabble up. Hold up, where are you from? I'm finna go dumb, sideways, bunk skunk, fever, I'm on one. Thunk, baby, rockin' it. Quid pro quo, what you want, cause I'm watching it. Work on the floor, let me know if you clocking it. Brody won't go, but I know that he popping it. It was wolf tickets on sale till I silenced it. Pipe down, young, these some whole other politics. With him and some in him, that's a lot of. Don't hit him, he got kids with him, my apologies. Ghetto child, here was Blackie Miles with the Smirnoff. Yee-haw, we outside, or they about to kill him off. Blaps on blaps, it's a fact, this a brick or all. Tell me why the you rap if it's fictional. Tell me why the you fed if you criminal. Hey, Dot, can I get a drop? I'm like, nah. H-Bone coon from the west side to Senegal. It's a full moon, let the wolves out, I've been a dog. I feel good, get the out my face. Look good, but she don't got no ties. I walk in, walk out with the size. Man, don't let me know what the pay. Squabble up, 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 squabble up.
And we're back here at Bradford Stadium. Edward Rientasso alongside Julius Joy, and two words I can describe the first half: opportunities and execution. We've seen execution on part of the Golden Knights. As for the Seahawks, we did see a little bit of opportunities in the first half.
Yes, especially for El Dorado. Justin Card, for those who don't remember, Justin Card in the first half of the game ran a slant route, was wide open in midfield, caught the ball, ran for 30 yards, was stopped 1 yard short from the end zone. However, El Dorado got the flag called against them, and of course, Justin Card was not too happy about that call.
And meanwhile, for the Seahawks, penalties was the one thing that harmed them in the first half because they had some stalled drive in the beginning. Meanwhile, El Dorado will start the second half with the ball, and the ball will be returned to the 20-yard line. And how about Romero for the first half? He's really been the vocal point in his offense with his rushing.
Yes, Christian Romero, the running back for El Dorado, the star running back for the Golden Hawks, just throughout the first half gave Redondo Union a huge headache. For some reason, like his quickness, his shiftiness, running past the middle, even though the middle was blocked. I mean, roadblock, somehow getting a lot of first downs for Redondo Union in the first half.
Golden Hawks will begin at the 36, actually the 20-yard line, excuse me. And Shadow hands it off. And it looks like it's to Romero, but a short gain by the Golden Hawks as the crowd comes to life here at Bradford Stadium. And again, Redondo, they had a great year last season, 9-3, 4-1, second in their division. They lost in the second round of the CIF playoffs to St. Bonaventure, and they're actually looking to go far this year. But so far in the first half, they haven't played the same football they did last year. Too many penalties, and then just a lot of issues on defense.
And especially towards the defensive side, of course. In the first half, a lot of penalty flags were called against them. False starts, illegal formation. And yes, this is Redondo Union's first game of the season. Seemed to be that the butterflies have not escaped from their stomachs just yet.
You may mention that El Dorado might have the advantage, as we see Romero on the left side takes a couple players with him, and he's going to get tackled at about the 30-yard line. Let's bring up a third down. And you mentioned it, penalties and then defense, they just were giving up some big plays, especially on number 15 on the guy with the golden helmet.
Yes, Justin Carg. He has been the star player for El Dorado. And in the first half, we've seen Redondo go one-on-one coverage, double coverage. But Justin Carg is Justin Carg. He keeps catching the ball and getting completions. He is almost unstoppable here in this game.
Yeah, I would be giving him a consideration for a game ball if this team wins, if they hold on. 3rd and 2 from the 30 on the shotgun position. Here's Shadow. Throws to his left side, and there's the guy we talked about so far in this game, Carg. It's going to move the chains, and there'll be a first down for El Dorado.
And, of course, El Dorado, they do have other receivers. Micah Sampson, player number 10, player number 19, Brandon Batiste. But, of course, in this game, Justin Carg getting the majority of the receptions tonight.
And how impressed are you with Mr. Shadow at quarterback, number 11 on El Dorado? He played pretty good in the first half.
He has played fantastic for El Dorado. Once again, this is his first year in the varsity squad as a sophomore.
He's playing like he's a pro, like he's been there for 2 years.
Playing like he's a 5-star recruit almost.
Shotgun position, handoff to Romero to the right side, hit wide open, and he slips down to the 47-yard line, and Romero's got speed. If you saw how he blew up out of that backfield.
And he was wide open, too. No one would have caught him if he kept running.
Yeah, he lost his balance, or he could have gone all the way. And looks like Romero's going to go out for a rest, and he's been the focal point of that running game. And we mentioned in the first half, El Dorado had 2 drives that had long plays, and they ended up in touchdowns. And it looks like they're on pace to have another drive like that, as now they get towards the 50. Ball's going to be at the 47-yard line. 1st and 10, shotgun position, 2 tight ends, 3 wide receivers. Redondo in a 3-4 defense.
Henry Cook in motion.
Howard to the right side, and nobody there. Incomplete.
Just want to briefly mention about the previous play with Romero. If he hadn't slipped, if he had kept running, almost a 90-plus yard touchdown.
He had 60 yards last week, Julius, and it looks like he's on pace tonight to hit 100 yards.
And, of course, we see Christian Romero still in the field for El Dorado.
We mentioned Shadow's performance last week against Diamond Bar. He went 8 of 13 for 165 yards, but he had 3 touchdowns. One of them was to Romero. He had a 64-yard reception, 1 catch, 64 yards last week. Howard would throw, Shadow, to the right side, and he has Carr. Did he catch that? No, he did not. Looked like it was in triple coverage.
Yes, it was Arrow's triple coverage. As soon as Justin Carr turned left for that drag, there was 3 defensive backs on him. And, man, if he had caught that ball, that would have been a terrific and very astonishing play right there.
Just underway here in the third quarter, 8:45 left. We thank you for joining us here tonight. The opening game for your Redondo Seahawks as they take the first game on the road against a team that went 3-7 last season. And looking at El Dorado this game, they don't look like a 3-7 team.
No, sir, they do not. Last season, just like Edward mentioned, finished 3-7. As a matter of fact, they had 3 different players playing at quarterback last season.
Yeah, they had a quarterback situation last year where 3 quarterbacks played. They couldn't find who the starter was, but they decided to go with Shadow as his pass is incomplete, and it looks like the ball will go over on downs to Redondo. Well, actually, no, it's going to be 4th down.
And I want to briefly mention Edward. The first time these two teams met was in 2023, 2 years ago, in the CIF playoffs, and El Dorado won that game 16-13.
That was a close game. Last season, Redondo won 32-3.
Now the score is 16-6 for El Dorado.
That ball's going to take a quick bounce. It's going to go out at the 30. So 8:31 left in the third quarter. It's a 16-6 lead by El Dorado, as we'll see the quarterback for Redondo, Cole Leinert, again, first time this half. And we mentioned he had an okay start, but those penalties have really hurt. He struggled most of this half. He took a safety. He took a couple hits on the sideline, but he's still on there, but he still has his team within 10.
And, of course, just want to briefly mention about the offensive line for Redondo Union. They have been struggling tonight, letting linebackers pass through. Defensive linemen almost pancaking them down to the ground. And, of course, in the second, during the halftime, I saw some of the coaches sort of shouting down at the O-linemen, of course, trying to fire them up. Always telling them to protect the quarterback, because the quarterback, like you mentioned earlier before the game, is the most important position in a football team.
Yeah, you lose your quarterback, your seasons pretty much go downhill. We've seen that before in high school, college, and the pros. Meanwhile, a false start called on Redondo, and again, penalties are continually hurting the Seahawks. And to mention one thing, Julius, one player we haven't seen most tonight is Bo Osmosis. He had a good year last year. So far, he's MIA.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he is MIA. Nice run there by Rocky Martinez, but a yellow flag has been thrown, Edward.
Yeah, penalty marker down. It looks like this one might come back. And it is coming back. And again, continued penalties hurting the Seahawks.
And, of course, just the first quarter, Edward, just the first quarter, multiple yellow flags for Redondo.
Yeah,
just the first quarter.
They had about 5 penalties in the first 10 minutes. Meanwhile, that last run was by looks like Rocky Martinez, number 28. But it's going to get negated. 1st and 15 for Redondo. As we mentioned, penalties has hurt this team in the first half. Seems to continue so in the second half. Only managed to score their only touchdown of the game on defense. We've seen Zeno and Ortiz on offense, but still a lot of their main players still not showing up tonight. Oh, deja vu, Julius. We saw this in the first half. It led to a safety. Let's see if they're able to make something different. Leinert.
Here comes the blitz.
Leinert runs to his left, but he runs into a couple of Golden Hawks, and that's going to go down as a sack.
Nothing he could have done there. Once again, linebackers coming from both sides of the field. Leinert decided in his decision to run towards the right, and of course he met with 2 defenders. Unfortunately, he had to take that sack.
El Dorado had 3 sacks last week in the win over Diamond Bar. So far, they have 2 tonight, so they're getting close to the match what they did last week. It'll be 2nd down and 25. Man in motion for Redondo. Leinert has his running back next to him.
That's Christian Zeno. That was in motion. Bottom of your screen.
Leinert rolls to his left. He's trying to throw. Has someone behind him. Now he runs, and he's going to take another sack.
That's 2 sacks in a row, Edwards. Not looking too good for the offensive lineman.
And that's the 3rd sack of the game for the Golden Hawks. Again, El Dorado playing with a zone defense and coverage on the receivers. Actually, that's not going to be a sack. They're going to give him a yard gain, so no sack. So they're still at 2 sacks. But peer pressure, 3rd down and long. Zeno lines up to the right side. 3 wide receivers on the left. Now there's a man in motion. Liner will roll to his right. Someone behind him, but he throws, and that is almost intercepted by the Golden Hawks.
That was Dante Selway that almost got the interception, play number 22.
Yeah, Dante Salway on that last play and interrupted another Redondo drive. Now they're going to have to punt the ball down 10.
And it seemed to be in that previous drive, Cole Liner wanted someone to be in the middle, but once again, as soon as he snapped the ball, the O-line, they were defending, but there was no wide receivers that were open. So that's why he rode to his right, and of course, quickly saw an open receiver, but that pass was almost intercepted by Dante Selway.
Here's a punt. Oh, that's a terrible punt. That's just gonna go a couple yards and actually hit a student down there on the field. Wow. I guess we could say the tough times continue for the Seahawks. That was not a good punt there.
And we seem to have an injured player down the ground, Edward.
We do have an injured Redondo player on the field. Looks like that's Kyle Westbrook, number 1, who's being attended to by the trainer staff. Again, Julius, you wonder, that first drive of the game, you wonder if it still affected the Seahawks because they pretty much haven't been able to move the ball downfield since that first drive.
Yes, and like I mentioned multiple times, Edward, it's the offensive line has been struggling. Play after play, drive after drive. El Dorado has that Super Saiyan energy, I would say. Just constantly rolling over that Redondo Union offensive line. And, of course, El Dorado, they're just on another level here in this game.
Kyle Westbrook being attended to by the trainers, and from what it looks like he's dealing with leg cramps. Is he able to get up?
He's able to get up.
And it looks like he's dealing with some cramps, and it's good to see him back on his feet. Applause from the stands. So now El Dorado's going to get the ball at about the... Looks like they have it marked at the 20, around the 20-yard line. So this could be a big drive of the game here for El Dorado, because if they get a touchdown, they could pretty much blow this game wide open.
That is correct, Edward. And, of course, Hudson Shadow. I mean, what a quarterback, what a game he has had today. Of course, we see El Dorado with a tripped right. Let's see what he has in play.
Shadow is going to the left, has Craig, and that's caught for the touchdown. Touchdown, El Dorado.
And that was Justin Craig, his second touchdown of the game, Edward.
Justin Craig, another touchdown. He had one last week. He's got 2 tonight. And just as we had feared, another points by the Golden Hawks, and now it's going to bring the score to 22-6. Meanwhile, we have a penalty marker down, and looks like this one might come back.
It'll be 1st and 20 for the Golden Hawks at the Seahawks 28.
Wow, how about that? The touchdown off the board.
That was, I mean, wow.
Yeah, we're actually speechless up here, folks. Trust us.
Now they have Justin Craig now further up on the top of your screen.
Let's see if they go for him again.
Brayden Batiste on the bottom of your screen.
Shadow goes to the left, completes, and they get some of that yardage back.
And, of course, we saw it here in this game. And I forgot to mention, Edward, never have Justin Craig on a one-on-one situation. No.
We've seen that tonight so far, and it's really backfired on Redondo.
And we even saw him earlier in this half. He was triple coverage, and he still catches the football.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a Cooper Kupp in him from what it looks like from up here. Based on the moves he has, and he's got a little bit of Cooper Kupp and Julian Edelman.
Cooper Kupp, who now plays for the Seahawks. Once again, we see Justin Craig, top of your screen, a one-on-one situation.
2nd and 10, man in motion, and
that's Caleb Clark in motion.
Looks like there was a little bit of movement there, but no flag. Meanwhile, Romero on the carry. It looked like the lineman moved a little bit from up here, but no penalty.
Yeah.
Thought it was going to be another false start, but they did not call it. So Romero, couple yard gain, be third down coming up for El Dorado. Coming up on 5 minutes left on the third. El Dorado looking to go 2-0 in their season as they won last week 30-0 over Diamond Bar. Seahawks want to get their first win, but they're going to have to make a stop in order to get back in the game down 10.
And to remind the viewers, next week, Redondo will be facing Maricosta.
And that'll be the Seahawks home opener. Shadow will go to the right, and that's tipped. Incomplete, but a penalty marker comes at the end of the play. Might be on Redondo. See what the referee calls. Was contact.
And we saw in that player from El Dorado with a quick cut. Of course, there was a Redondo player on zone coverage. Might have pushed it a little bit too early.
And looks like illegal contact will be on the Seahawks, so negate the third down. That's going to be a first down.
Now it's Caleb Clark that almost caught the ball for El Dorado.
Looks like they called defensive holding, but the official called illegal contact, I believe. So that's going to give El Dorado a set of downs as they get near the goal line. Meanwhile, there's a conversation between the officials. So they're trying to find out where to place the ball. It looks like the ball is going to be placed at the 8-yard line. So let's see if they run it with Romero or they'll throw it. Plenty of options for first down. El Dorado looking to open the game wide open. Seahawks trying to at least force 3 points. Here comes Shadow after getting the play call.
Looks like Redondo Beach is going on zone coverage once again.
Shadow from the shotgun position. Romero right next to him. 3 wide receivers for the Golden Hawks. One goes in motion.
That's Clark once again.
Here's the pitch to Romero. He comes to the right side, gets a couple yardage, and he's tackled near the 5-yard line.
That was a great play there by El Dorado. Of course, Caleb Clark was the man in motion. Might have tricked 2 or 3 players from Redondo, as we have a player that's down for El Dorado.
We have an injured Golden Hawk on the field. 4:36 remaining in the third, 16-6. El Dorado as they try to possibly put this away or blow it wide open.
And in this third quarter, Edward, I've only seen El Dorado offensively.
Somehow the Redondo offense went MIA. They haven't been able to produce much. That last drive before the half, they did go downfield, but we saw at the end where Liner fumbled it. So it looks like those costly mistakes have really affected this offense. They have been not able to move the ball much tonight, except in the beginning of the game.
The only hope for the Redondo defense as of right now is either interception or huge stoppage.
And Julius, looks like that's Romero that's injured. Ooh, that would be a big loss if it's him.
Seems to be his leg or ankle. Seems to be having problems with it.
Yeah, it looks like he's having trouble putting weight on that leg. Let's hope that he's okay. He's being assisted by the coaching and the training staff, but that'll be a big loss for him if he's not able to continue. Because he's been pretty much the bulk of the offense tonight.
Of course, he has been juking out Redondo Union defenders all night here in this game. And that resulted in a touchdown and a lot, and I mean a lot of first downs for El Dorado.
Although the Golden Hawks hold a 10-point lead, now the main concern is the status and health of number 27.
And he's being helped out to the sideline. Looks like his right leg. And Brandon Byer comes in for Romero.
So he's being attended to right now on the by the training staff. He's on the table being looked at. Meanwhile, it's 2nd and 6. Shadow from the shotgun. He's going to throw. Now he goes to the right looking for Karg. Touchdown. Karg with another touchdown, and that's officially his 3rd of the night.
And of course, that previous play, Shadow, of course, was looking towards his right, making eye contact with Karg, and Karg went to the end zone with a quick cut, turned around, caught the ball just in time as he was going down.
Again, Redondo giving a little bit of extra space on the receivers. They're going to have to line up more inside. Meanwhile, the point after.
Nate Tierney.
Oh, it's a fake. They're going to run for it. Can he get in? And he does. 2 points. Not sure if that was planned or that was something unexpectedly happened.
That's Justin Karg once again, Edward.
Karg. You wonder if that was planned or that was a fumble. It looked like it was a fumble. But how about that? They turned a golden opportunity into 2 points.
And that was Justin Karg who scored the extra 2 points.
And we got confirmation that it was a fumble, so it was not planned. But good job by Karg knowing what to do. Just ran it in, used his speed. And the score now is El Dorado 24, Seahawks 6. 4:23 left in the 3rd. Could be a big drive here for the Seahawks, Julius, if they want to get back in this game.
And of course, from our end, we see Coach Keith Ellison trying to fire up his team. Trying to get to double digits here in this game. So it's 6 points.
Again, their only touchdown came on an interception by Lincoln Esparza.
Pick 6.
Since then, the offense has struggled throughout the game. As we set the kickoff.
Great kick there by Tierney.
Picked up by Zeno, and it's a fumble. Picks it up at the 10, and he met by a couple of guys in golden helmets down to the 13-yard line. And Julius, the tough times do continue.
Christian Zeno, of course, saw the ball. He caught it, but before he could even move his feet up, he somehow dropped the ball. And of course, again, Redondo Union, they're down by 18.
And Jerome Rayleigh is usually the returner for Redondo, but unfortunately he was hurt in the first half after taking a hit to the head, and he's not out there, so it looks like he may have been ruled out. Meanwhile, Cole Leinert still on the field, trying to persuade a comeback down 18 on the road. First test for him in his new season, in the 2025 season. Hands it off. Nice running room by Zeno.
Yeah, that's
and it looks like he's injured now. Oh boy, that's going to be a tough one there for Redondo. And it looks like it's his leg.
Of course, Christian Zeno with an automatic first down. That was a great run there by Zeno. Saw an open space to his right, rolled over to his right, ran down, and of course, he was hit hard near the El Dorado sideline.
So we're starting to see the injury pile up here tonight. Well, for both teams. Romero was hurt on the last drive. And now we have Zeno injured for Redondo. Again, Gerald Rayleigh, number 6, he was injured earlier.
And Edward, I noticed there's now athletic trainer looking after Christian Zeno. Looks like he's stretching out his calf.
He may have cramps. And it's good to see him back up on his feet, and he is walking towards the sideline. So a big drive here for Redondo as they try to get back in this game down 18. And here comes the offense, led by Cole Leinert. Again, Leinert, 11 touchdowns, 3 interceptions last season. Hoping to improve on that 58% completion ratio from last season, threw over 1,000 yards. And he'll have it at the 40, 1st and 10. Handoff. Just for a couple yards.
That was Rocky Martinez.
Martinez on the carry.
Martinez who subbed in for Zeno, and glad to see Martinez getting him some yards in.
Martinez did have a carry in the first half, but it was called back due to a penalty.
That is correct.
So he'll be taken in right now as Zeno is being treated on the sidelines. Meanwhile, we have a 2nd and 7. Liner, quick pass. No, he's going to run. Now he throws. Incomplete. Intended for Ortiz. And the penalty marker is on the field and might go against El Dorado. Contact between Ortiz and the defender.
And about that previous play, Leonard, of course, was on the shotgun. But once again, El Dorado with that D-line, pushing and pushing. The O-line got to the point where Liner was literally right behind the O-line. And, of course, he couldn't see in front of him. Thus, that's why the incomplete pass.
And it is going to be against the Golden Hawks pass interference. So the ball will be moved up to the 48. Fresh set of downs for Redondo. Trying to get back in it, down 18. Liner from shotgun. Martinez on the carry. And he picks up about, looks like 5 or 6 yards. So now they're in El Dorado territory. It's been a long time since they've been in El Dorado territory. First time in a while. 250 and counting. As we see Parker Blevins, 13, on the right side. Ortiz on the left. Martinez, the running back. 1 tight end, 3 wide receivers. 2nd and 3. Liner will throw. He looks to his left. Complete to Martinez to the 45. Down to close to the 40-yard line, but he will have enough for a first down.
Simple play there, Edward. Just a long pass to Rocky Martinez, who was way far towards the left, was wide open, ran as fast as he could before he got tackled at his own sideline to get the first down.
Zeno still on the sideline. Martinez still in at running back. Man in motion. Still calling for his man. Tight end set. 3 receivers. Liner. Here comes the rush. Martinez with the catch. To the 40, down to about the 37-yard line. 38-yard line.
That was a very close call, Edward. As you can see, Leonard, as soon as he looked to his left, there was an El Dorado player right in front of his face. Luckily, there was an open player to his left, so that was a quick throw. And what a very close reaction there by Leonard.
And you notice all the pressure that's come from the left side. So that's been Liner's blind side so far tonight, and El Dorado has capitalized. Meanwhile, Liner will roll to his right. Here comes the defender. Now he throws it, almost intercepted, but tipped out of bounds, incomplete.
That's player 81 for El Dorado, Henry Cook. Almost with the interception. And once again, Cole Liner lucky with that player who dropped the ball.
And he finds himself with another 3rd down. Third down and 6 from the 38-yard line or 37-yard line. Redondo trying to get back in the game, down 18. Time running out here in the 3rd quarter, 1:19. Shotgun position. Liner will throw. Here comes the blitz. Gets away. He rolls to his right. Now he's going to take off to the 30. Gets bumped. Looks like he got bumped a yard back. And a little bit of shoving after. Some of the Seahawks players did not appreciate that on their quarterback. They're going to defend their teammate, Julius.
Yes, that was Micah Cavaluzzi with the tackle on Cole Liner. But Liner seems to be okay.
4th and 1 for the Seahawks. Wonder if this is the play of the game here. Down 18, trying to make something happen.
Clock is still winding down, Edward.
This could be the play of the game. 4th and 1. Redondo down 18. Handoff to, and they're going to get the first down.
Oh, that was Zeno.
Zeno's back in after being hurt. Couldn't tell what that was, but it was Zeno. Zeno came in at the right time, and then he got the move, the chains, and now first down. And let's see if that will be the final play of the third. 16-15. Clock still running. See if they'll be able to get a play off here. Liner, quick draw. Complete to Ortiz. Ortiz still on his feet, down at the 24-yard line. And that'll be the final play of the third quarter. So we played 3 quarters, and so far it's been El Dorado. The score, the Hawks 24, Redondo Seahawks 6. As we prepare for the fourth quarter, Julius, what does Redondo have to do to get back in it?
Offensively, they had to fix their O-line because just like the first half, the O-line has been letting defenders through. And, of course, as we see in the sideline, we see one of the coaches, again, firing up the O-line. A constant reminder to them that Cole Liner is the most important player in the game. The quarterback is the important player of the game. And without the quarterback, of course, they will be in trouble. Defensively, Hudson Shadow has been dropping dimes against the Redondo defense. And really, no matter what they do, single coverage, double coverage, triple coverage, Justin Carr is just on fire. So the best thing that Redondo could do is to keep playing what they're doing, keep pressuring El Dorado, and hopefully get some really big stops here in the last quarter of the game.
And the crowd has come to their feet here at Bradford Stadium as we prepare for the start of the fourth quarter between the Seahawks and the Golden Hawks. Edward Rientasso alongside Julius Choi. We thank you for joining us here tonight on the first game of the 25 season for your Redondo Seahawks. Down 18, 2nd and 10. Cole Liner at quarterback. Now he will go to his right. Throws, pass complete, penalty marker down. Pass caught by Zeno. And we'll see what the penalty will be.
Christian Zeno, glad to see him back on the field. A great eye there by Zeno, caught the ball, but was a little bit short.
Meanwhile, the penalty is against Redondo, and the Seahawks have been hurting themselves tonight with penalties.
Penalty flag after penalty flag after penalty flag. It has to come to a point where Redondo maybe wants to play with a more conservative approach.
And we mentioned penalties really do kill drives, and so far it's affected the Seahawks' performance here tonight. 4 wide receivers. Leinert throws to the right side. Complete. Looks like that was Ortiz, who's out of bounds at about the 26-yard line.
That was a nice diving catch there by Ortiz.
Yeah, nice diving catch by Ortiz.
Almost reminded me of Ozzie Smith when he was a shortstop for St. Louis, always making those diving catches.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And they got some of that yardage back from the penalty. So it'll be 3rd and 8, but the clock ticking, down 18. Liner gets away from the pressure, now rolls to his left, points at somebody, and that pass is caught, out of bounds.
And it's a late flag there, Edward, very late flag.
Lincoln Esparza, the intended receiver, and looks like emotions are starting to boil up a little bit here at Bradford Stadium.
Of course, that previous play, Edward. Once again, linebackers come from both sides. Leonard finally found that out quickly, rolled over to his left, saw an open receiver. That was Lincoln Esparza. Esparza, it looked like he caught it, but of course, as he was going down, lost control of the ball for an incomplete pass, and a late flag was thrown.
Looks like this is going to be on Redondo as they're going back. So, again, penalties still continue to hurt. Another holding penalty. Oh, boy, they're going to have to do a lot of adjustments this week in practice.
Especially because next Friday, folks, it will be a rivalry game against Maricosta at the Seahawk Bowl.
It'll be Redondo Seahawks home opener next Friday night. The holding penalty has drawn 10 yards back.
And head coach Keith Ellison had some words for the referees.
Yeah, he is not very happy at all. Either he was trying to get a clarification or he is very frustrated. Meanwhile, there's a stoppage in play. Trying to see what the delay is.
Ortiz and Brock Herrera, the two tight ends on the field. Brock Herrera, player number 9, the bottom of your screen. And speaking of Brock Herrera, last season, 11 games, 33 tackles, and recorded 1 sack. But overall, in his time at Redondo Union, 17 games, 42 tackles, 1 sack, and 1 interception.
Looks like a timeout's been called on the field. 11:06 left in the fourth quarter. 24-6 El Dorado. As we have a moment here, let's also talk about what this means for Redondo if they were to lose this game. You have a rivalry game coming up next Friday. How important is it to watch the film, realize what went wrong, and try to improve it in order to play well next Friday night at your home opener?
That is true, and I just want to mention that no football team wants to start their season with a loss. And, of course, with a huge game coming up next week against their rivals, their historic rivals, Maricosta, Redondo this week needs to figure out what they have to improve and hopefully, quickly, find a solution. And by Friday night at 7 p.m. at the Seahawk Bowl, they'll figure out how to stop that Maricosta offense and defense.
And meanwhile, we talked about El Dorado, 3-7 last season. They only won 1 division game. This team does not look like a 3-7 squad.
Yeah, it seems to be that they look like they are 7-3 almost. And of course, last week with a dominant win over Diamond Bar, 30-0, maybe that was their statement to Redondo Beach, Redondo Union. Like, hey, better watch out for us. We scored 30 on Diamond Bar.
Meanwhile, Liner gets away from the pressure, still trying to get away, still holding on to it. Now finally throws it away, incomplete, and Liner is down. Meanwhile, a little bit of a shoving after. Liner gets back up. Oh, Liner held on to that ball too long.
That was 4 sacks against Leonard. The first one being the safety earlier in the game.
That last play was 4th down, incomplete. Ball goes over on downs. Turn over to El Dorado. And you wonder now, Julius, with the score, with the way it is right now, 10:57 in the game, do you take out Leinert and let him get ready for next week, or does he still stay on and try to finish this game?
That is a really interesting question, Edward, because once again, number 1, the O-line has been struggling. Number 2, Matt Leinert has been running all over the place, trying to escape from the defenders. But, of course, while he was running, costing him 4 sacks plus a safety. And
you know, they're down 18. They still want to make a comeback. But at the same time, do you want to put your quarterback at that risk, knowing the way the offense has been playing tonight?
Well, Redondo might not like what I have to say, but I would have to sit out Cole Leinert. Because, once again, 4 sacks, him running around. I mean, he must be exhausted. He must be tired.
You wonder what his condition is, too, because he did take a lot of hits tonight. Meanwhile, El Dorado continues to move on offense. It'll be 2nd down after the last pass was complete. And how about Shadow? I mean, again, his first season in Varsity, and he's playing like he's got experience.
Yes, I mean, he is playing like he's a 4-year starter. Played for, more than 40 games in the season.
Here's Romero after being injured back in action.
But one thing that I have noticed, Edward, throughout this game, Hudson Shadow, his composure, him always running towards the coach, him giving the thumbs up to the coaches, confirming the plays, and I have never seen him call an audible, never seen him hands on the hips. Hudson Shadow has been very calm in this game.
Who is Dalian Gandhi?
El Dorado looking to put the game away on this drive, up 24-6. From the 45, first down. Shadow in the not in the shotgun, hands it out to Romero, and Romero, who continues to punish his defense. Burns on the tackle.
That previous play, Hudson Shadow, once again, calm, even under the center, right in front of the D line. Snaps the ball, hands it up to Romero, and unfortunately, Romero's run was a bit too short.
Redondo making some substitutions on defense. I tell you, that is one tired defense. They've been out there most of the night.
That's true, Edward, and no matter what they do, they have two players that they have to stop. The run game, both the run game and the passing game. Karg and Romero, the deadly duo, as I say.
Meanwhile, pass is caught complete.
That was Mason Shackleton.
Shackleton on the reception.
His first reception of the game tonight, Edward.
8-yard gain. It looks like that's going to be enough for a first down. Well, let's go back to Redondo's defense. They had a chance because after the interception, it was 9-6. So this was still a close game. But the offense was struggling at that time, but the defense, they tried to keep this close as much as I could. But at the end, it looks like the offense was really struggling. The defense just couldn't maintain that same strength as we see them right now. They're really exhausted.
Yes, and like you said earlier, the Redondo Union's defense has been in the field most of the game. And, of course, in this humidity, in this Orange County heat, although the temperatures are cooling, it is still a high 70s here.
Well, it was a little windy when we first arrived earlier this afternoon. Temperatures has gone down. Meanwhile, Romero on first down. But a lot of silence on Redondo's offense tonight. We mentioned Bo Osmas. I mean, he led the team in scoring last season. Hasn't really been much of the offense tonight. We saw little parts of him, but very, very quiet night for him after leading his team in scoring last year.
Yes, that is true. Especially with El Dorado, it seems to be that this past week has been watching a lot of film. And they have players that they have to target, players that they have to watch out for. And it seemed to be that he was the player of that week, that in this game, to watch out for, especially special one.
2nd and 7, Shadow from the shotgun position. He's going to throw to his right, complete to his favorite receiver.
It's Karg once again, Edward.
Justin Karg on the catch.
Francis.
You wonder who will be the player of the game on that side of the ball, either him or Romero, when it comes at the end of the game.
So clock is still winding down this fourth quarter with nearly 7 minutes left. And El Dorado just playing like they own them.
Yeah, they're just taking too much time off that clock. That defense is really, really getting tired out there. And they're getting ready to close the book on this game.
Shadow under center once again.
Meanwhile, there's a stoppage in play, and a timeout has been called by the Golden Hawks. So as we look at near the end of this game, what are a couple of things that Redondo has to improve in practice this week?
definitely pass protection, because the O-line, they have been letting too many defensive players go through them. And throughout practice, I believe they should emphasize on pass protection. And as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Cole Liner has really good spatial awareness. However, with tonight was a test for Cole Liner, with him running around, him getting sacked 4 times. That's a real test, but Liner, as far as I can tell, didn't break down.
No, he did not turn the ball over. Liner played okay. But one thing I do see on defense, they got to attack the receivers at the line of scrimmage. We've seen a lot of plays tonight where, the Golden Seahawks receivers caught the ball, but there was no defender inside, maybe 1 or 2 yards after. So they have to attack aggressively when it comes to the receivers. Try to stop those slants, those routes. Try to keep them close by. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of things to work on this week, as Romero again on the carry. Looks like he's going to be short of the first down as we approach 6 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. 24-6.
And now Dorado, like you said, taking their time here in this drive.
Yeah, they could just run this ball as much as they want. They've been on this field now for the last 4 or 5 minutes, and they're just killing this clock. Actually, that last play will not count. There was a false start, so 5 yards back.
Of course, Redondo Union throughout the game stuck with the 4-3, four defensive linemen. But throughout the game, you notice that the linebackers have been shifting a lot. Either they will be way further back, just right below the defensive backs, or just a little closer to the defensive line for a potential blitz coverage. And as you can see here, Redondo Union switching to a 3-4.
They were switching all night, 3-4-4-3. It's hard to find out which one was working most, but they were switching defenses all day. And Romero here, doesn't matter what defense they have, is going to get the first down and more as he's tackled out of bounds near the 30. And another first down, Julius.
They are slowly going downfield as they actually started from their own end, and now they're at Redondo's end near the 35.
Yeah, they started near their own 30, and now they're at the Redondo 30-yard line.
All right. Once again, Hudson Shadow, he's not afraid to go in the center. Romero is right behind him. Of course, that was Christian Romero once again with the carry.
And also on an update on Bo Osmus, he was injured in the offseason in the summer. So you wonder how long it will take before he gets back to his playing form. And it shows him not being out there has really hurt this offense tonight.
That is true, Edward. Of course, Bo Osmus, he is an athlete. He could play wide receiver. He could play tight end. He could run the ball. In a defense, he could cover a player. He could even blitz. And with Bo Osmus out, it's sad to hear, but they've been struggling here in this game.
Yeah, he was the leading receiver in reception yards last year at looks like at 771 yards. He also had 10 touchdowns. So when you have the big piece of your offense missing, it's really difficult to replace a great player like him. Meanwhile, Romero gets a first down, or actually a couple yards. It is going to be a first down, but still going back to Redondo's offense, without your capable player like that, it's really hard to replace.
That is true. Thus, that's why we have seen players like Brock Herrera and Adrian Ortiz getting some play time.
So hopefully he'll be ready to go next Friday night at the home opener. Shotgun position. And another penalty marker. I tell you, we've seen a lot of those yellow flags tonight. I think they're going to have to change the field to yellow at some point because we keep seeing those yellow markers all over the field.
You could probably cover half the field with those yellow flags that were thrown today.
Yeah, I noticed there's a yellow shirt in the stands, so I wonder if it's a theme. El Dorado from 333 away from going to 2-0 to start the season. Shadow still in. Romero is running back. 1st and 15. Shadow's going to throw. Pump fakes. Now he goes deep. Has Craig, and he catches it for the touchdown. Justin Craig. Another touchdown. And that's his 4th of the game.
I mean, Justin Craig, there's not enough words in a dictionary to even say how he did this game. 5 touchdowns already here in this game?
5 touchdowns to start the season. Talk about the one he had last week and now the 4 that he had here tonight.
And just that previous play, once again, one-on-one coverage. As I mentioned previously in the broadcast, to not put him in a one-on-one coverage because he always gets open.
Extra point is good. With 3:23 left in the 4th quarter, the score now is Golden Hawks 31, Redondo Seahawks 6. And Julius, it's safe to say now that El Dorado went for the kill, and they got the kill.
They sure did, Edward. And with 3:23 left, Redondo's going back to the field. And already the defense for El Dorado is on the field, and they are for sure fired up and hungry for a lot of stops here in this drive against this Redondo Union struggling offense.
And keep in mind, too, their touchdown came on defense, so this offense has been shut out already for over 30 minutes. So it seems the offense is going to have to do some major work in practice this week. And here's the kickoff. Picked up by Redondo. That's Zeno, who's going to go down close to the 30. It'll be 1st down to Redondo. So with 3:15 left in the 4th quarter, here comes the Seahawks offense. Had a really quiet night.
Very quiet night for Cole Leinert and the offense.
And Leinert is still in. Is this the right move?
Well, Cole Leinert, from our view, seems to be okay, although he took those sacks pretty hard. And the best thing that Redondo could do here is score another 6 points, potentially.
I'm sure he was asked if he wanted to stay in, but this is a risky move here if having your star quarterback in down 31-6. Your best bet is to just have your backup come in, finish it off, and then get ready for next Friday night. Leinert throws complete to Zeno. It's been his key receiver tonight. Coming up on 3 minutes. Rivas on the tackle. It will be 2nd and 10 or 2nd and 5. Clock continues to tick. Leinert from the shotgun position, empty backfield.
Air raid.
4 wide receivers. And he's going to throw to his right. And that's Ortiz near the 1st down line.
Of course, Redondo Union, we see him quickly trying to get information, trying to score, again, a touchdown, because right now they are down 31-6. If they score a touchdown, then, of course, they would have the double digits on that scoreboard.
Meanwhile, a timeout called by the Golden Hawks. 2:17 left. Golden Hawks 31, Seahawks 6. Only touchdown came on the game for Redondo was the interception by Lincoln Esparza early in the second quarter. That was a 9-6 game. Since then, El Dorado's gone on a scoring run. And we lead to 31-6 with just 2:17 left.
And just want to briefly mention that Redondo Union, their defensive backs, they have been working hard tonight. Yes, Justin Craig, he has been getting touchdown after touchdown, but those defensive backs, I mean, all of them are returners, and really
Yes,
it's just that.
seven starters came back on defense.
And of course, just Justin Craig today. I mean, he just giving props to El Dorado. I mean, he has been phenomenal tonight.
Liner will roll to his left. Throws left. Passes complete. Parker Blevins. Coming up on 2 minutes. And looks like there's a stoppage in play.
Redondo Union, past few drives, has some short passes, not a lot of long passes from Leonard.
Well, we did see a lot of it, some attempts on the deep passes, but unfortunately not able to complete them. And there were some that were almost picked. As Liner will now roll to his right. And let's see if he's going to keep it. Yes, he does. Just gets out of bounds at about the 40. Liner's been running for his life so much tonight.
Yes, he has been. Running left, running right, running forward, running backwards. And Liner, the pressure just keeps on coming for him.
So the Redondo Seahawks will fall to 0-1 to start the season. Meanwhile, for El Dorado, they're going to go 2-0. So they're almost getting close to matching their win total from last season. Leinert, now he's going to run and just slides.
That previous play, there was 5 defensive backs in that play and 2 receivers wide open. Parker Blevins and Lincoln Esparza, the 2 wide receivers.
Yeah, you have to give El Dorado credit. They were able to really neutralize this Seahawk offense tonight, and it shows. Shutting them out on offense.
El Dorado switching to a 3-4.
Leinert. Now he's going to go for the deep ball, going for Ortiz. Actually, that was Esparza he was going for. Incomplete. And you mentioned the deep throws. Not really been successful tonight.
Yes, it has been. And, of course, not Matt Leonard, Cole Liner. Of course, Cole Liner hasn't been.
Yes, I know we do miss Matt Liner playing sometimes. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Of course, Cole Liner has not been throwing a lot of deep passes, but, of course, that deep pass was an incomplete pass, and Lincoln Esparza just couldn't get there on time.
Fourth down, game on the line here. Leinert. He's going to just run it, and it's going to be short of the first down. So the ball will go over to El Dorado, and they're just going to kneel it down and end this game. So a very disappointing start by the Redondo Seahawks on offense tonight. No touchdowns.
That is correct, Edward. No touchdowns. Once again to the viewers, the 6 points scored by Redondo was from a pick 6 by none other than Lincoln Esparza.
Since then, Redondo's been shut out. Since that 9-6 score, El Dorado's put up 22 straight. And Shadow will lead the offense back out, and looks like they're just going to kneel it and call it a night. You have to give them credit. Really big game for them after beating Diamond Bar 30-0 last week. They held Diamond Bar scoreless throughout the whole game. Tonight, they're going to hold Redondo scoreless on offense.
Of course, El Dorado, part of the Pilsen League, playing alongside Valencia High School, which is also another top high school football team here in Orange County.
And there's a kneel down, and that'll do it.
And with that, El Dorado defeats Redondo Union, score of 31-6. El Dorado will start the season with 2 wins, while Redondo Union will start their inaugural season with 0 wins and 1 loss. Of course, Edward, this whole game, this whole story, I would say, was all about El Dorado.
Yeah, you got to give the Golden Hawks credit. They came out and they played physical football from the beginning. They really competed well on offense with Romero and Karg and Shadow. Those 3 put up a good game tonight. Those are the big 3 for El Dorado. And if those 3 play like this is going to be a well season for them. Meanwhile, for Redondo, Cole Leinert didn't turn the ball over, but he had a lot of issues with his line tonight, and defense was pressuring him. See if they can get adjustments and come back out and get ready to play at their home opener next Friday night.
And before we go off the air, next week, Redondo Union will go up against Mira Costa. And, of course, it's the rivalry week. Mira Costa, a huge team in the South Bay. What should Redondo do this week to get ready for Mira Costa?
First thing they got to do is come in tomorrow, look at the film, look at their mistakes, look at what they did wrong, and then pretty much bury this game film and just get ready for your biggest rival that's coming in next Friday.
Thank you, Ever. And with that, that ends tonight's game once again. El Dorado. Oh, yes. Sorry, we had some technical difficulties here. We'll go on to replays. And, of course, once again, El Dorado 31, Redondo Union 6.
Once again, I'd like to thank everybody for coming to the Hawks for this evening's matchup. The Golden Hawks defeat the Seahawks by a final score of 31-6.
Back again. She's back. Tell your friend. Guess who's back? 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 Guess who's back?
Well, look what the stork brung. Little baby devil with the forked tongue. And it's sticking out, yeah, like a sore thumb. With a forehead that it grew horns from. Still a white jerk. Pulling up in a Chrysler to the cipher with the flex perks and a Bud Light shirt. Lyrical technician, an electrician. Y'all light work. And I don't gotta play pretend. It's you, I make believe. And you know I'm here to stay, cause me. If I was to ever take a leave, it would be as friend to break your feet. If I was to ask for Megan Thee Stallion, if she would collab with me, would I really have a shot at a feat? I don't know, but I'm glad to be back like
Abracadabra.
And for my last trick,
I'm about to reach in my back, bruh.
like
Abracadabra.
And for my last trick,
Just like that, and I'm back, bruh.
now back in the days of old me, right around the time I became a fiend, ate some as a way of coping. Take the get case of turned me into smiley face emoji. May not be age appropriate, but I will hit an 8-year-old in the face with a participation trophy.
I have zero doubts that this whole world's about to turn into some Girl Scouts. That's it to ship girls out.
Set me down. So when I started this verse, it did start off lighthearted at first, but it feels like I'm targeted. Mind-boggling how my profit is skyrocketed. Look what I pocketed, yeah. It's just like y'all have been, like jogging in. I've been running at full speed, and that's why I'm ahead like my noggin. I'm the fight y'all get in. When you debate who the best, but I'm some white chalk, and when I step up to that mic, get in. Oh my God, attempt chicken out again.
Abracadabra.
And for my last trick,
I'm about to it is too late. He'd probably say that everything is gay. What's my name? What's my name?
So how many little kids still wanna act like me? I'm a bigger prick than cacti bee, and that's why these words sting just like you were being attacked by bees in the coop, leaning back my seat. Open R. Kelly's favorite group, the black guy peas. Feed in my Air Max 90s, white tees, walking parental advisory. My transgender cat Siamese identifies as black but acts Chinese. Like a hacky sack got treat the whole world cause I got it at my feet. Can I explain to you that even myself I'm a danger to? I hop on tracks like a kangaroo and say you things that to the anger you. If I think that, I'ma say that shit. Cancel me, what? Okay, that's it. Go ahead, Paul, quit. You male cross-dresser, fake. And I'll probably get for that. But you can all suck my fat. Them, Drake, Jimmy. What? My own kids, they're brat. Biggest group off. You too, Paul. Got two balls. Biggest group calls. What you thought you saw ain't what you saw. Cause you're never gonna see me caught sleeping. You see the kidnapping. Never did happen. Like Sherry Papini, Harry Houdini. I vanish into the thin air as I'm leaving like
Abracadabra.
And for my last trick,
I'm about to reach in my back, bro.
like
Abracadabra.
and for my last trick,
Just like that in the back, bro.
As fireworks are being shown in the night skies where Disneyland is, we would like to thank you for tuning in tonight. Remember to follow our socials at Redondo Sports to keep up to date with the local sports. Of course, we would like to give a shout out to our producer Mason, our cameraman Alistair. I'd like to personally thank Edward Rentasso as my broadcasting partner. And of course, this was a tough loss for Redondo Union, lost 31-6. And for Redondo Sports, I want to say thank you and good night. And I'm Julius Choi signing off from Bradford Stadium.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent from Ironclad Digital Media. Redondo Sports would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.